Hello everybody, I'm Tim Galbraith. This is #Flint. We meet again. Today I have a guest who was recently appointed to the city's Charter Review Commission, so we're going to get into that a little bit. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you guys to Quincy Murphy. Quincy, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to be here today.
Absolutely. Want to congratulate you on the appointment.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure. Before we get into that, though, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you are involved in Flint in the first place.
Okay, my name is Quincy Murphy. I've been a community activist for over 20 years. I've been involved mostly in the north side of Flint. I started off with a group called Garfield Bunch Community Service Corporation it was established in 1984.
Okay.
What we did was we cleaned up the neighborhood. We provided different community events, projects, and activities in Dewey Park. So I've been around for a while. I also was the chairperson of the first Weed and Seed organization. Mm-hmm. Weed is the weed out bad elements in the city of Flint, and Seed is the plant and new programming in the city of Flint. I was one of the ones that was active in the neighborhood, which we call North Point. I've done various things in the community, so I've been around for a while. Right now, I'm a volunteer executive director of the Urban Transformation Development, which is a nonprofit organization. It's formerly the Garfield Bunch Community Service Corporation. Because what we did was rebranded ourselves. I've been actively involved in city councilmen since the late Johnny Tucker, attending city council meetings, listening, learning, working on trying to learn city government in the city of Flint. So this opportunity to be on city charter is an honor. I'm blessed to be appointed on that position. I just want to personally thank my colleagues who appointed me on the city charter, because that means a lot to me.
Yeah, and that's something I was interested about. This is I'm just becoming familiar with this commission, and it's obviously, I'm going to be discussing it and writing more on the website about it, but it's obviously a pretty big deal. It's going to have potentially a big impact on the way the government of Flint looks in the future. So to begin with, I was interested in hearing how and why you got appointed to the commission. What's that process look like?
Well, eventually I had planned to run for charter commissioner.
Okay.
But I had applied for the third ward seat. I was chosen out of the, I think it was 5 or 6 candidates that applied for the city councilman third ward seat that was vacated by Brian Nolden.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So when I was narrowed down to the 3 top candidates out of all the candidates, that put me where I was ineligible to run for charter commission.
Okay.
Because I couldn't do both at the same time. So when Kerry Nelson was appointed to that position, God spoke to me and told me that he didn't want me to run for that position.
Okay.
When it did come up to run for you to run out the 2 remaining years. Mm-hmm. So that being said, this opportunity came back up for me to be able to run for charter commission, to be appointed through Brian Larkin resigning to take on a position.
How many people are on the commission?
There's 9.
9? Okay.
In 1974, when the charter commission was appointed, it was not an at-large charter commission, it was by ward.
Okay.
But because that democracy had been stripped from us, and the emergency manager decided to do an at-large, it was really different this year.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
So when I looked at the diverse group on the charter commission, all of them have good expertise and bring value to the charter, but I didn't see a representative on the first ward there. I didn't see someone who represent the third ward on there. I didn't see no one to represent fourth ward on there, which is predominantly the urban neighborhoods. There was one representative, I believe is Marshall from the second ward, McKenzie, excuse me, that's representing the second ward. So I thought that the group wasn't diverse enough as far as the representation from the different wards.
Okay.
So I figured those two reasons made me decide to apply for the position. I really didn't know whether I was going to get it or not, but I wanted to apply for the position so that I could be able to go and speak on the lack of diversity when it came down to representation of different wards.
Okay.
So that was my goal in applying for the position.
Okay. I am all over MLive. This article actually was written by Ron Fonger, who does covers city government quite a bit. I think he's done a really good job lately. There's been a lot to cover. But I look at the comments, too. I'm interested to see how people respond to all sorts of things, from Mayor Weaver's recent State of the Emergency declaration to this. And I saw a comment from Attorney Terry Banker, who used to be the former ombudsman in Flint, where essentially he asked, quote, "Is this an insult to Mayor Weaver?" What would you say to people who are possibly critical of your appointment? What can you tell us about why you're the man for the job?
Well, I will refer that to the charter commissioners who appointed me to that position. Okay. Because I wasn't the one in deliberation to make that decision to appoint me. They had an opportunity to appoint any other candidate that ran for that position. There was no backdoor deal. There was I didn't go and lobby and talk to no individual commissioner to ask them to solicit their support. Karen Weaver, I don't even know where her name come in this picture at all, and I don't know how that would be an insult to Karen Weaver. So I guess Terry Banker will probably have to take that question up with Karen Weaver as far as how it insulted her. And I wouldn't see how it would insult Karen Weaver, because I'm running for city. Democracy says that I can apply for a position as a commissioner, and I don't have nothing against Karen Weaver. So to say something in that aspect of Karen Weaver, with him being an attorney, it would seem that he would do some research to see why would that be an insult to Karen Weaver, because I'm not pro Karen Weaver or pro charter commissioners or however. I don't see where Karen Weaver will come into play on that.
It's just as an outside observer to all the things going on. I know that Mr. Banker was a big supporter of hers during the campaign, and it's just interesting to me to see some of these more political things unfold, because what Flint really needs, in my estimation, is cooperation from people of all levels of government and the community itself. So when I see these little battle lines being drawn, I just naturally am curious as to why. So I thank you for trying to answer that question for me as best you can. But enough of that. Let's get in before I cut you loose here. Tell me a little bit about what the commission is working on and what you hope to accomplish while you're on the team.
Well, the charter commissioner, as you know, is to look at this book right here, read it carefully, dissect it, research the language in it, make recommendations of amendments in the charter commission to the residents. So since I've been appointed, I've been given this assignment of this big book right here. I brought it today, and
thanks for showing us.
When I look through it, as you see some things highlighted in here. I've been working on the Home Rule Act, and over the holidays, I'll be just doing my research, looking at the various Home Rule Act, the city charter, looking at other city charters in other areas. I'm interested in the city charter in Ann Arbor. I'm interested in the city charter in Detroit, Lansing. And the reason why I say that, because Ann Arbor is sort of like a college town, and city of Flint is going towards a college town, municipal government. I'm interested in looking at other cities with the population of 90 to 100,000 people. How does that look like? And I'm interested in being open-minded, thinking outside of the box. state this, as I stated before in my interview, when the question was posed to me, was I for a mayor strong form of government or a management form of government? I'm 41 years old, and since I've been here, I've been up under a strong mayor form of government, so that's all I know.
Sure.
So to convince me to go somewhere else, you're going to have to do a lot of convincing. Cause
so
right
as it stands, you are for strong mayor?
Right now, I am up under a strong mayor form of government.
Okay.
That's what I know.
Sure. But
I'm open to look at other options and listen to my colleagues and look at the research. But right now, I do like the strong mayor form of government.
So any of the viewers who might not know what that means, can you elaborate a little bit on the difference between a strong mayor form of government and the
strong mayor form of government allows the current mayor, Karen Weaver, the opportunity to appoint her appointees such as the city administrator, the police chief, the city attorney, department heads like that, so to speak. A strong management form of government strips kind of the mayor that authority to do that, and it gives the power to the city council. So it allows the council to appoint the city administrator, the police chief, and they go through that. Now the mayor could send that name to them and do a recommendation, and it's kind of sort of like what Saginaw the government is ran up under now. They have a mayor and a strong management form of government. Is that what Flint need? I don't know that.
Do you get a sense that this committee is leaning in that direction, or do you?
No, I don't get no sense that the committee is leaning towards that. We haven't got into that discussion.
Okay.
Right now we getting public input for them, and this committee is not the one that's going to make that decision. The voters is going to make that decision. Okay. And I'm here to represent the voices of the people that cannot be heard. So if I personally wanted a management form of government, but my constituents doesn't, I'm going with whatever my constituents want and what's best practice for the city of Flint. So I'm here to listen to everybody's ideals, do my due diligently research, and make the best decision.
How often does the commission meet?
They meet, oh my God. The general membership meeting meets once a month. Okay. This right here is a list of the various committees that meet.
Subcommittees?
Oh, okay. So we always meeting.
You guys keeping busy?
I mean, we meet like probably 8 times out of a month.
Are these meetings accessible to the general public?
Yes, it is.
All of them?
Yes, all of them.
Okay.
There's no closed door meeting.
Are they normally at City Hall?
They're at City Hall. We got a couple of community meetings coming up. One on January the 21st at Grace Emanuel from 5:30 to 7:30, I believe, on Lippincott Street on the south side. And we're going to have a variety of community meetings out in the community to educate the community on what is the city charter and how it would affect them and what they can do to get involved.
What would you say to people who are watching this and do want to get involved? Is there a way they can reach out to you or...
Well, if anybody have any personal questions or concerns, my phone number is 308-4862.
Okay.
That's 308-4862. I'm not interested in having no argument or dialogue with anyone. I'm interested in having productive dialogue concerning the city charter. I'm not interested in hearing people's opinion on Karen Weaver or the insult. I'm willing to work with Karen Weaver. I will. I look forward to working with Karen Weaver and her administration, Natasha Henderson, the city councilman. All colleagues, everybody will be treated equally with me. And there's whatever the election was back then, That's bygones. Our goal is to move forward to help do what's best for the city of Flint, because the city of Flint is in desperate, dire need. They need our voice. They need our concerns. They need us to be there to fight for them and fight for the best thing for the city of Flint. And this water situation has really lost a lot of people trust in city government.
You're on Facebook. There's people can reach out to you there as well, right? Okay. Before we go, is there anything you'd like to add to the conversation?
No, just thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to working with the community and those who don't believe in me. In due time, I'll hope that you come out and sit in on those meetings and watch me do my job.
Absolutely. I didn't know who you were until I read the MLive article, and so I was really interested already in the commission and learning more about it, and this was a good opportunity for me to get started in that process. So I'm encouraged just speaking to you. I like hearing that you're looking at other cities. You have the concept of doing your due diligence, keeping an open mind, being willing to work with people, and just looking forward. So that's great to hear. Again, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
And hopefully in the future we can continue to talk and reach out
look forward
to time. And all right, keep us updated. Thank you very much, Quincy. That's Quincy Murphy, everybody. #Flint, #Flint.com. We'll see you around. Thank you.